Okay, so this is probably a big surprise for a bunch of people. And listen, I wish I knew what I know now back then in op08. Cause okay, so little breakdown. Purple is supposed to be the color that does everything, right? It just requires Dawn or negative Dawn or whatever the case is, right? It's more of a Dawn sensitive color type, right? And King is essentially the red of purple, you know. So certain things would have worked. Attacking is what I'm essentially saying. This was more of a leader that deals with counterattacking. And it's funny because one of the worst cards that they have made actually would have worked well with this leader, but people didn't understand the leader, so therefore that card was bad, which was 6-drop Rush Queen. The idea was to play Rush Queen, -1 Don, and then use Onigashima to ramp it. You'll be back at 10, and the character that you had selected to do -2000 with the Queen, it would now receive -3k altogether, allowing you to punch over the character with either your leader or Queen. Because if you just take the negatives and turn it into positives, you could look at it as my Queen is swinging for 8 or my leader swinging for 8. So with that kind of context in mind, it's like at the end of the day, all purple decks just need to get to 10 Don. They just need to get to 10 Don. And it's more of a combat deck. It's like, hey, I have to fight my way there. So, I mean there as in victory. So now they have more rush cards. They have of the vanilla 7-drop that can be searched for with the card, the search card, because it does Animal Kingdom and the Charlotte Pirates or whatever. So yeah, that we choose to keep our blocker. Okay then, that seemed a bit excessive, but I guess for the ramping. But yeah, so essentially we added more offense, or like, I don't know, the deck is more about offense. So we got the Rush Queen, the Rush King, right? We got the 4-drop King to help cheat out the 6 and the 7. And we have the vanilla 7-drop, the smoothie, which is swinging in theory for 10k. So it's like a 7-drop with 10k power, if you want to look at it that way. So, and then of course other things. But yeah, you look at that Brook that has no counter power and traditionally is considered trash, which our players choosing to trash them. I wish he kept one though, but I understand counter power. But we have 3 life, so I'm going to count that as a bit of a misplay, because now when we counter attack, we could have easily just played the Brook. And that bowl would be 5k power. So I'm gonna count that as a misplay. We didn't need to chuck both our Brooks. But the fun part is, well, we don't have Onigashima. Sadly, there's no Oni showing its face. You see, it would have been, if we didn't chuck both our Brooks, it would have been a 4 Don investment. That means we would have had 6 Don up. Oh, we had to, that's a weird thing to block, but it's understandable. Why didn't we just get rid of the Frankie? I guess we want to save the Frankie for a potential rush play. Hey, it's weird to have all the Onigashimas, like 4 copies of Onigashima and 4 search cards and Queens, and still not get it. But hey, that's just the way the cookie crumbles. Ooh, and this dude is out of gas. Once again, the only problem is we do not have Onigashima to fix this play, but understandably so, they chose to concede. All right, we're going up against Foxy. So yeah, this King build, I feel, of course, there's still room. Yes, Onigashima, you gotta love it. There's still room to tweak this, but hopefully anybody out there in the One Piece landscape, TCG landscape, can see what we did for the most part and run with it. I know, at the moment, we didn't show a deck list. But if you guys truly enjoy what you see, as is, that is, then sure. But we're always like still working, and when we're comfortable with like a super final build, then yeah. But we're always about deck building and finding the next thing with any deck. So that's why it's like, okay, look how far we got. Yeah. Sometimes it's a different genius out there that can really take something to the next level. Yeah, when it comes to Foxies, you gotta just control that board. Oh, you gotta love this. So the 4-drop king sits there. I don't think Foxy has board removal unless he's playing some tech cards. So that basically means if we have king, dang, our player is very protective of life, and we're a 5 life leader. Like, be willing to take. Anyway, what was I saying? Can't remember what I was saying. Yeah, I'm trying my best. I just forgive me, everybody. I just like lost it completely. Wait, Foxy's 7K. How do we swing for 5? That's weird. It should just be a minus. I wonder what happened there. Oh, everything blew up. Did I miss something? That's weird. Well, Foxy's just gonna gain a life real quick. And then we got our Onigashima to like help us get back. So if you're not at 8 Don, you don't have to cycle, but with Shiki, you're forced to cycle. You're forced to cycle. Wait, yeah, you're forced to. I'll just count it down. You're forced to cycle when you're at 8. So player chose to play because you didn't want to discard anything, and then ramp. And then next turn we'll be back at our 10 Don state. There's no point. Yeah, I was like, there's no point in putting the sheet. Oh, they did. Okay. Because I feel like it adds up to the same thing. 2K. It's always good to get the exact value. They take, because you're not blocking that. That's funny. So we just go double Kaido bomb. We get rid of our own 12K just to get rid of 2 of their 9Ks. Hey, the economy, I get it. Economics right there. Onigashima. See, this is where either Queen or Shiki helps. Dang, if we didn't chuck that one Queen, we would have been at 2 life, and then we could have just played the Queen, drew 2, and got rid of an Onigashima. Well, the Foxy's in a super bad position because we have a Rush Kaido. Well, we don't need to Rush Kaido. We could Don stack swing and then swing for 12. Why are we countering out so aggressively? Okay, so we took that. Okay, so we're poking just to get something out the hand. I get it. Rush Kaido, attack. So yeah, we trim the fat from their hand, and then okay, they got the game. Yeah, I get it. I get the play. Oh, we face ourselves. I'm talking to the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways. Man. I hope that at some point they come out with support for King. They come out with support for this king. They just deaded it. They just gave up completely, you know? But rush characters help. Characters that have when attacking abilities probably would love to benefit. But like, man, he's so dated. That's what it is. He's so dated. His leader ability, I mean, listen, it can work, but we just have a very weird meta. I know y'all heard it tons of times, man. Board removing meta, but like, if that calms down, if whatever the future holds for this game, but if that was to calm down, then yeah, low key, I could see him being played. Boo. Okay, so we just lost our blocker. You can't tell me people aren't perplexed when they just see this leader. We got a handful of cards. Okay, we're just putting in pressure. And they take. That's the thing about Purple Black King. The bricks. That's the thing about that leader. It's the bricks. So I wouldn't be surprised. Like, we have another rush play. So I wouldn't be surprised if they're not going to be able to handle. I mean, hey, that's probably why they played the blocker. And their hand is way too big to try to, they just want the cycle to try to use the leader ability to draw. Yeah, they're doing their best. They need counterpower. This is very telling. Oh, wow. So that's 8. I want us to be more comfortable taking life. But I'm not saying what we just see is it's a bad thing. But like, that's mad resource that we're just like giving up. You feel me? Just so much resource we're just choosing to give up on. That's funny, even with Jack's ability, which is meant to protect him, does not protect him against 10 bomb Kaido. Okay, so we're choosing to go for more pressure here. Interesting. So they need to play their blockers, and I ain't gonna lie to you, it would be hilarious if they play at least, I want to say 2. If they play 2 blockers and then get Kaido bombed, ugh, crying. Okay, so that's 1. And that's a handful of cards, like full of cards. They just need counter power or blockers. That's what they're really doing. They're fighting for counter power or blockers. We save, they're in trouble. That's 7. See, I don't get it. We can literally just take. We can take. Okay. Yeah, these Shiki blockers love us. The funny thing is, see, Queen is negative. So if he wants to block with Queen, like, he'll still have to chuck. He can't just block for the free block. Yeah, that's funny. Okay, so that's telling, I would say. Cycle, we don't need to search. What are we about to discard? I feel like we don't need the search card. Especially since you got... Okay, we're searching. Oh, wow. Well, we just pulled... If we played another Shiki and and Queen, if we played Shiki and Queen, then we would have just ended up seeing those cards anyway. Yeah, we don't need that. Ooh, Kuzan. I'm glad we can't counter out. I'm tired of this. Like, we got 3 life. Like, come on. Oh, that's understandable. Yeah, they was not winning next turn. And then, of course, we still had the 10 drop. But they couldn't win next turn. We had our attack. Leader, 8K Queen. Got so 8K King. And then we could have just rushed Kaido right behind it. So, yeah, they couldn't win that one. And we got black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. Must be nice. We get to play that search and get the stage. But yeah, that was the whole gimmick for this leader, King, is you get to 10 and you use the stage to maintain your 10 Don count. That's what it is. And then, you know, all the negative 1 Don effects are the characters or whatever that would be played with the leader. And then, of course, if you do anything that negatives Don on your opponent's turn, you just got to make sure you get at least 2, you know, the 2 that you get back will put you at 10. So it was very basic leader. It just needed the right set of cards to help him see some play. You know, that's all it was. He just needed the right set of cards to help him see some play, because it was like, okay, big whoop, you making things go negative 1K, like big whoop. But the only things that could take advantage of that are aggressive character cards, and there just wasn't enough rush. And like 9 drop Luffy is gonna help. Play that, draw 1, attack into something for, you know, as if it was 10K. If you know, it's just easier to just add, because you have to imagine something on the opponent's board, and it could be literally anything that you can imagine. You understand? So it's better to just add it for the sake of the examples. Our hand is weird. It looks both great and terrible. Like, you get it? I hope we don't chuck all our... What are we doing? We acting very aggressive. Why didn't we... Well, we could have just used 7 drop King to get a similar result without having to go so far behind on our Don. Oh, okay then. Well, we just developing Kaido to develop Kaido. Well, I guess I get it. You managed to rush the Don state, right? And develop. So in other words, you're developing a 10K like a whole turn before you would normally. So it is an advantageous stat line to have on the board so soon. So are we bringing out both the Sabos? Yes, we are. And he's definitely going to crash into our blocker kid. Oh, we checking Moria? I always find it weird, when they check Moria, when Moria is like the heart and soul of this engine. That's actually, it's low-key hilarious. Like, you probably, well, I would develop blockers, and you might not even need to attack. So that way he can't do Sabo shenanigans. And what do you call it? And then the turn after, do whatever. Just start swing, or whatever. I mean, you can't, it's not worth 10 bombing, because the way the gimmick of the deck, it's probably worth dropping another 9 Kaido. That's what I would think. And then you just let the 9 Kaidos try to control the board as best as possible. So like that's my theory right now. You could develop blockers, help yourself stay healthy. Then when the Sabo ability wears off, develop Rush Kaido, pop one of the Sabos, swing, swing. He'll probably block because he wants the Sabos in the trash. You know, counter out, yada yada. I mean, I don't know how beneficial it would be. I'm just saying. But yeah, chucking a Moria though, like you really, is everything else in your hand like that much better? Ah, I'm sure we're gonna bring out the double Luffy's. Okay, Moria is gonna force one of the Sabos in the trash. Whoa. What type of shenanigans are we trying to do? Did we do it for the sake of drawing a card? Or is it that like we have some sort of like board removal in play and we're just hoping that the Kuzan's gonna be able to attack? Okay, let's see what the decision is here. I really want to see this Brook get used. Player keeps chucking all the Brooks, just refuses to use the Brooks. And then in literally that one game, it would have been great to keep the Brook in hand. It would have been easy pickings against the Boa. Okay, yeah, they looking for that Luffy play. That's what they were looking for. They were looking to play that 5-drop Luffy and get rid of our Kaido. See, that's funny. That's going to be a 2K counter no matter what you do. So this is very telling. Clean up that board. Oh, they lost. Wait, they lost a life. Oh, I must have not been paying attention. See, now if you had kept that Moria in your hand, game wouldn't be looking so weird now, would it? See, now you gotta do weird stuff just to get things going the right way. I'm sure you're gonna get a Sabo. Another, oh my god, you checked another Moria. Okay, I don't know. Maybe I don't know what to do with the Luffy, because I'll be honest with y'all, I'm only going based on what I normally see Luffy, the Black Yellow Luffy players do, but it's not making sense to me. Like, it seems like the Morias is the heart and soul of the deck. Yeah, you're definitely losing one of your Sappos. One of your Sappos is getting bottom decked. Sadly, we can't swing over it with our leader because we only get access to the one Don. I don't know what we're deciding. I'll just keep the Don up as bluff. Yeah, that Sabo's getting bottom decked. Yep. I don't get it. You was better off discarding the Ivankovs and stuff. You was better off discarding the... Oh my god. Oh my god. He used Luffy's ability. How does that work, right? No matter what, if did it go to the trash, or I thought no matter what, anything that just like any life that leaves the life area would just bottom deck. Yeah, we can't stop that. That's too strong. Are we counting the counter power? If we had like another 2K, then yeah, definitely. Just take it. That's 9K right there. Well, now we definitely have to counter power. Trash, trash, and then 1K. Well, the cool thing is we have the 4-drop play. So that gives us actual, like, that gives us 6 Dawn. That gives us 6 Dawn to play with. So 3 aggressive attacks. Like, yeah, our leader can swing for 9. I mean, okay, so you need like, what, 4. That's a lot of Dawn. And we're swinging for 5 just to get cards out their hand. Did they leave all that Dawn up as a bluff, or they're actually about to play something? Really? What do... Lord, I am confused. Yeah, I'm just confused at all the decisions being made. See, I thought we would just crash into the Luffy and they either lose more cards out their hand or... Okay, so they saved that. Or things would just get bottom decked. Well, yeah, now we can just develop blockers. Well, we got 2 blockers. We could just develop the blockers and just keep ourselves completely safe. Well, the only rush threat that I can think of is Ace. So we have to hope that they don't have an Ace available. Ace is 5 Dawn, swings for 7. Then a bit of a split difference. Give 1 Dawn to Ace, 4 to Luffy. Poor fella. Poor fella. That's the only thing I can think of, is that he's not used to playing his deck. That's the only thing I can think of, because things are just happening. Oh yeah, it's GG. This was a rough game to watch. I don't know what you want to do. We can take, and that's it. Yes, then his turn. Bottom deck game. Yeah, because it doesn't matter. Well, thank you for watching. Please subscribe. You guys already know how YouTube works. It definitely helps the channel when we got a high subscriber count. Alrighty, see y'all next time. G.